Hey, this is Kurt the boat doctor on this beautiful 22 North River. This guy did it right, man. It's nice. Now, the main reason I'm out here is to show you this minnikota self-deploy. It's a 36 volt system. I imagine you got a battery charger in here too. Figuring out where he put his batteries at. Probably put them in the rear of the boat. That's what I'm thinking, if they're not up there. Okay, so anyway, there's 3 batteries to this. We're running on the main motor now. I'm just using the BTS troll. These are awesome. Now, with this, like this one we got going here, a heavy north, and it's tide's still coming in a little bit. There's a lot of different ways you can help keep this thing in a straight line and keep it down to 1.5 to 2.5, and keep the boat going straight. Spot lock, same thing. There is a way you can do that if you want to keep the boat in a certain angle, but most of the time it's going to go with the current. You know, it's a lot easier, saves a lot of power on that motor. Okay, so when we get up here, what I normally do is what I did is I turn that power. If you see that little green button going there in the red, when that red one starts getting brighter, that means your batteries are getting low. Okay, now you got the green above, that's the red. To the left is the power on button. So what I did when I was back at the dock, because I knew I was going to use it by the time I got here, so I would power that on, then the green light and red light will come on. Then I'll undo the ram right there. So when I'm ready to use this, all I have to do is turn on this control. Now if you're, again, not going to be using that for a while, I'd say, yeah, maybe not turn the power on and leave that clamped up. But where we're going, like you can see right here, I'll speed it up a little bit. It's not going to bounce. You know, if you're going at a certain speed. Notice that. So you really don't have to worry unless you're going out in the ocean and you're really beating it up. So basically, what I do too is I'll cut that into neutral and I'll put it in reverse. And I'll stop the boat and see which way the current's going. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you want to kind of keep it lined up like this. So now, say I didn't turn that on when I was at the dock, and I just have to get out the window, hit that far button to the left, power's on. You don't have to worry about this one back here. Okay, and I see a tugboat coming. So this is very important. So you turn that on, you should, and undo that, and you should be good to go. This is the power button. So you push that once, and this will come on and say okay. This little round button, you hit that one again, and that's on, and that's your prop. So now to deploy it, you push, this is important, bring your fingers up here, hit this round button 2 times. See how it's deploying? Now I already got your trim set on this. You can mess around with the trim. See, now it's coming down right there, and I'm going to try to get out of this tugboat's way. So now I can trim that down some more if I want by hitting this and then just trimming that down right there. Okay, and once I get that, that's going to blink off, or I can just hit this power button right here. Now see, it's going to take me off over here because this tug's coming right here. So this is your steer button. Now you play with the up and down to see where you get your top speed. Now maybe you have to go all the way down, maybe you can come up a little bit. So we're at number 10 now, but we don't have to be because we're in the current. So I can use a minus key to cut the throttle back, and you'll see right there, I'm down to 8. I'll get it down to about 6. Right there. And see how I'm steering here now. Say I want to maintain that right there at that angle. Navigate, just hit navigate. See the end right there? Now we're navigating, we'll keep right there. Now sometimes you can use these motors. See how we're kind of, it's working a little bit, that rear end wants to kick over. Just steer this motor just a little bit right here. See how I got it cocked? Now say I want to go over there and I got it on autopilot, then I can take this and just steer it, and then it will steer to that point and keep that on track. Right there. And then if I want to use cruise control, I can just hit this button right here and it will keep it at 6 miles an hour, which is pretty neat because we're at 6 right now. Now there is another way you can do this. If you want to keep more direction, more steering, you can trim that kicker motor down too. Then you got 2 motors back there that's kind of like a rudder, and then you got this one up front. Now say I want to go over here, I'm going to cut this out of autopilot, kick that off of just cruise control. I'm going to steer over here. And then I'm going to spot lock it. So right about right there, you want to give it a little cushion. Right about there. Now spot lock. And this is going to have to be a little judgment call. See, now I'm on spot lock. And it's going to put me in against the current, so it's easier to hold. See how it's turning me right here? Then I can just fish right here. That's that tug, and look at what it's doing. That was pretty good to hold it like that. And it'll speed up. See how it's speeding up to keep us there? Now here's where that other motor comes in. You can either use this to help you steer, to keep that thing over there, like I'm going to steer it like this. And then it'll help keep me straighter in this wind. And if I trim that motor down, that's going to help. But see how we're stopped? So now I want to get off of that, the spotlight. All you have to do is hit this anchor, and then you hit this, you turn the power onto that fan, and then you want to make sure you're steering right there. That's this arrow right here. And I see these tugs are going in, so I don't want to run into them. So then I can hit navigate. Now I'm navigating right here. And then maybe I want a little bit more power. Then you hit the plus and minus. So now, the biggest mistake people make is that they will go against the current clickety-lick sometimes. What you're doing is you're pushing back on that. So what you want to do, basically make sure that's in neutral. You don't have a lot of current coming at you. What you could do to get ready is start this motor. And just have it ready. Don't put it in gear yet, just start up and get it ready. So now what I can do is I can take that off and navigate right here. So now I'm just heading hold steer a little bit. Now I can shut this motor off. See how it's doing that? Now right here, then if it's doing that, I can steer this over. Since I just turned that off and I have no power, then I can just give it a little bit of gas, just like that, just to keep me straight. Then what you do, this is important, now to stow it. Remember, you hit this twice to deploy. So now I'm going to stow it. All I have to do is hit this once. See? The circle once, and it's going to deploy. Or not deploy, but stow. See, now I've got power. Well, that's coming up where I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. Now I can speed up. Now it's going into that. Now I can just take off. See how that works? Real easy. Then all you have to do is clamp that down and then turn that power off and you're done. Boat doctor out. You have a winner. Turkey dinner.